Everybody got to come out of their cage. Where you going, little baby peacock? What are you doing? Huh? Are you a little baby peacock? Come here. Come here, let me pet you. Come here, let me pet you. It's Drewski McGillicuddy's Gary Shut Up, Found in the Wild Continuum. Whatever that means. Hey everybody, it's Drewski McGillicuddy, and we got another Found in the Wild for you. There I was, taking a bunch of stuff that I didn't need anymore up to Arcade Legacy, and then it happened to also be payday, so I took a couple bucks to the thrift store while I was dropping Sarah off all the money that I have to give her because she takes all my money and she keeps all my money in her purse and all her money in her bank account. So that's why I ain't never got no money, in case y'all are ever wondering. It's because the secretary keeps it all. Because I can't help but buy shit like this! I mean, what the fuck was I supposed to do? I walk into the thrift store, and there he is. Now, granted, we already have pretty much the exact same skeleton, but he wasn't wearing sunglasses. I mean, doesn't he just look like a fun-loving dude? Or used to be a fun-loving dude? And for all I know, these sunglasses didn't even come or go with this skeleton because they were taped on. And I figure we can fashion the sunglasses to him eventually, and he could just be chilling in the background once I figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do with my background, everybody. Okay, so we're gonna set him over here. I think his name's Eli. We're gonna... Jesus Christ, don't die on me. His name's Eli. I think I named him off the top of my head. That was the first name that came to mind. You know what? Normally I would save this for the last. I don't know why I showed that first. Don't worry about it, all right? But I want to give a big thank you and a big shout out to Nick Pachia. Fuck was that? So anyway, Nick Pachia. Nick Pachia. So one of my patrons named Nick sent me a Western Union. Well, basically what happened was I had taken a picture of this thing. Here, I guess I'll show you the picture first. And I was like, hey, look how cool this is. And you know, I'm pretty sure he's a Wizard of Oz fan too, because I go, why wouldn't he be? And he's like, oh, you should buy that. I was like, oh, I can't. The secretary won't let me because she hates me and wants me to die. And he said, bullshit. I'll go ahead and send you some money, Western Union. I was like, oh, don't. Before I had a chance to tell him not to, he done did it anyway. So I went up to the Walgreens and I picked up the money and I went over and I picked this bad boy up. Not to like ramble on forever, but look at this bad boy right here. It's the Tin Man, which he's one of my favorite characters. It's got emerald glasses. It's got a little children's book, and I might actually make a video of me reading this because I think that would be probably hilarious. Me trying to read a children's book nonetheless. And then there's 3 fancy masks in there. So, and this is from 1998. It's not worth all kinds of money or anything, but I saw it, had to have it. And the funny thing is, they had $12 on it. And while I was sitting there, I looked it up, and it was going, actually they had $10 on it, excuse me. It was going for $12 on eBay. And I said something to the girl that, y'all are charging almost full-blown retail, and this is just me joking around with her. And she's like, oh, and like she took me serious, even though I said I was joking. It made it abundantly clear that I'm just some screwball that gets up to crazy antics at the Goodwill. Well, she goes back and tells the manager, we were just looking this up, and this was blah, 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 blah. So she marked it down to $6, so I got that bad boy for $6, okay? And that's all. Oh, wait. I got one more thing to show you from the Goodwill. And, you know, yeah, you saw this coming. It's like every time I review a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, I just go back, and there's another one for you, yeah! So, yeah, I got me a Bosch toy chainsaw. Because you know, Bosch is a very good brand. It's a good German brand. So why not? You know, I'm about to be reviewing another Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie that could come in handy. And one last thing while I was at the Goodwill, actually, look at this real quick. Because I figure he sent me way more than I needed, so I picked this up. Isn't that cool? It turned on. And then I had got this thing that just looked like an Edison bulb, like on a stand, and then it turned out that's not what it was, and it was missing a big piece. So I took it back and I traded it for Apollo 13, because I haven't seen this movie since I was in 7th grade, and we watched it in class. And I feel like it's a goddamn shame. Who directed this movie? Ron Howard. So it's a Ron Howard movie, so it's got to be good. And it's got Tom Hanks and Gary Sinise, and they did Forrest Gump the year before this. So like, what the hell has been stopping me from rewatching this movie? Because I'll be honest, when we watched it in school, I wasn't paying attention. Like, did any of you actually pay attention to any movies that y'all had to watch in school? Because I'm just weird like that. All right, I guess we'll do this way. All right, I'll show you the stuff that I technically got for free last. Then we'll go on to the thrift store finds. Okay. One of my favorite bands growing up was Godsmack, and I found this fancy DVD that's either a documentary and or a live show or both. But I figure I like just look at it. It just looks cool. So I got that because I have another one that I picked up a while back. So now I have that one. And then I saw this, and I was just watching a video on how the original is way better than the remake, and that I should probably watch the original and not even bother watching the remake, and that's the Stepford Wives from like 1970 something. These stupid lights ruined the goddamn picture. But anyway, that's the Stepford Wives. It's about some kind of like robot ladies in the 60s that like are subservient to their husbands or something like that. I don't know. Do you know? If you know, let me know. You know? And then it's been long overdue that I put these into my collection, because these are some of the greatest things to ever happen to my life, to ever happen to television, to ever happen to Canada, and that's season 4, 5, and the Christmas special of Trailer Park Boys. Got these for $2 a piece, which is great because we canceled Netflix, because Netflix can kiss my fucking ass. I didn't even watch Stranger Things 3 yet, just because I fucking hate Netflix, man. I spend more time scrolling through it than I do watching anything. And then when I do watch something, it's like half the time I just want to turn the son of a bitch off halfway through. Don't ask me why. But yeah, I don't like Netflix. Maybe I'll get it back in the future so that I can watch Stranger Things. And then John Stanton wanted me to review some movie that I can't even remember that's on there. And then he was supposed to give me his password so that I could watch it. And then he never did. And then I think he got mad at me at one point because he was like, oh, I see how it is. But you know what? John Stanton, kiss my ass. But thanks for everything. Anyway, I also heard people talking about this movie one time in my life. And I figured, what the hell? I'll get the goddamn this glare. There's nothing I can do, everybody. The Changeling. I've always loved this cover. It's very scary looking in a sort of, yeah, I don't have a large vocabulary. I'm not going to bother wasting my time or your time trying to come up with one on such short notice. So here is The Changeling. So if you've seen this movie, let me know if I should review that anytime soon. I know Sarah's going to be super excited. And wait a minute. I just looked back in this box. Apparently there is something I bought that wasn't a movie. And that's Rambo, which is a movie tie-in. I got Rambo for $1 at the... This stuff's all from St. Vincent de Paul. But yeah, it's like, I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of dirty. Kind of messed up. But for $1, it's going to look real good in my Nintendo collection. And maybe one of these days we'll start talking about Nintendo games. Because I have like almost all the consoles, but I haven't actually played anything religiously since the PlayStation 2. Like there was a couple games I played on PlayStation 3, but as far as me being an actual gamer, I was a gamer back when PlayStation 2 was a thing. Maybe I'll cut some of this out. so that you ain't got to be bothered with looking at me for too long with my terrible background that I just cannot get centered and I cannot get in frame the same every time. Maybe I should put some duct tape on the fucking floor. I don't know. I have no idea. If you're a YouTuber and you're good at this, leave me some comments on how to get better at this. Anyway, without further ado, these are all the things that I got for free. I took about maybe 15 DVDs that I didn't want and a couple, like the Indiana Jones box set because I just got the Blu-ray box set, and a PlayStation 2 because I already have another PlayStation 2 and I only paid $10 for this other PlayStation 2, so I went and traded it for a bunch of stuff that I don't have any room for. Should I just... Oh God, 8 minutes. I better hurry up. All right, so I got a thing for Ryan Gosling, so I had to pick up Crazy Stupid Love for $2. Like, what am I, stupid? Plus, I have the DVD, and I can now get rid of that and trade it for more stuff that I don't need, that I ain't got no room for. We'll put this down here, because that's for Devon Graham. Let's show him. Let's show that last. All right, so I have the second and the third one for some reason, and I only have the first one on DVD, so I picked up SpiderMan from Sam Raimi, and these still hold up for me. I mean, I haven't watched them in a while, but the last time I watched all three of them, they still hold up. Even the third one. There's parts of the third one that are just god-awful stupid, but the first two are some of the best superhero movies ever put to screen. And everybody wants to talk about this Tom Holland kid or whatever. Yeah, he was all right in Civil War. Other than that, what's he really done? You know, he was just this... I don't know. I did not like Homecoming. I liked Michael Keaton, but as far as Homecoming, like the characters, all these... We're not even here to talk about that. Maybe one of these days I'll do a Better Late Than Never movie review, or we'll just go through the fucking Spider-Man franchise, and I'll try to get through Amazing Spider-Man 2, which I turned off like 20 minutes into because it was fucking garbage. Anyway, without further ado, let's move on. I gotta stop saying that too, because I don't know where I got that from. Anyway, Let the Right One In. And some of you might also know Let Me In, which I wonder if I have that on Blu-ray. I know I got the DVD, and I can't remember which one of these Sarah has seen, but she needs to watch both of them because they both awesome. I think they're also from the same director. It's kind of like Funny Games. If you've seen Funny Games, basically the same. I want to say it's the same director. He took his own movie and made it America. Recently, I picked up the first movie in this franchise, and then I saw the sequel today, and I figured, what the hell, for $5, I'll get the Never-Ending Story 2, starring Jonathan Brandis, one of my favorite, I guess you'd call him a child actor, because he never got to grow up, because, you know, Hollywood's a horrible, horrible fucking place, especially for children. But anyway, I got this. Now if only I could find a copy of Sidekicks, and I swear to God, if anybody out there has a copy of Sidekicks, and they don't know what they got in their collection and how much it's worth, just go ahead and send it to me anyway. Before you look up how much it's worth, if you have Sidekicks on DVD, VHS, I don't give a shit. Just send me that shit. That's my favorite Chuck Norris movie, one of my favorite martial arts movies, just one of the best all-time movies growing up to watch when you're a kid. Just bear with me, everybody. We're moving on to one of my favorite movies of all time, even though it's probably not on my top 10 anymore because I'm an adult. I don't know. I have to go back and watch it and decide. Roger Rabbit, the 25th anniversary edition. I was going to say, I thought that said $2 for a second, but it's because the camera's backwards and it looked like a 2. I was going to say, hell yeah. But yeah, I can't wait to watch this on Blu-ray. Hopefully it looks better than the actual... Don't worry about it. And then... Okay, everybody, and next up, we have Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I just picked this up on DVD for $1, and now I can take that and trade it for $1. Don't judge me, all right? I just sometimes I do things just to amuse myself. I don't put any consideration into other people. What am I talking? I don't even know what I'm talking about. Anyway, now the next two movies in this stack are probably on my top 10 list, even though it was supposed to be I just ruined everything because it was supposed to be. I was talking to Devon Graham. I said, two of the movies that I got, or a couple of the movies that I got, are on my top 10 best movies of all time list. See if you can guess which ones they are. And I fucking ruined it by telling them both of these movies were. So here's the first one that's somewhere. We don't know what number it is. Find out one of these days. Dazed and Confused, one of the greatest movies of all time. And it's not just a stoner comedy, okay? This movie, it's deep. You just gotta watch it real hard. Watch it real hard and pay attention. Because, I mean, Richard Linklater, that guy that directed that movie, he's really good, and he should direct more movies. That's kind of a Christopher Walken impression. I don't know. But next up, this is another one of the greatest movies of all time, and that's American Beauty. And if you are one of those people that have never seen this movie because the movie's called American Beauty, and this is what the cover looks like, go fuck yourself, okay? Go fuck yourself. And then go fucking buy this fucking movie, because I guarantee you, you're gonna be like, and then you're gonna put it in, you're gonna watch it, because this is what happened to me, okay? I asked my mom to rent a certain movie. It was out of stock. So she come back with this movie from Blockbuster. And I'm like, what is this? American Beauty? And now, Blockbuster had just it didn't have the cover, so I didn't even know what the cover looked like. I was like, American Beauty? It just sounds stupid. So I walked out of the room. It was like cutting my nose off to Spider-Face. I walked back into the room like 10 minutes later, and I don't know if it was the music or what it was, but I just walked in and I sat down and I just watched the movie. And by the time it was over, I was like, holy shit. You mean it doesn't have to be an 80s movie or a horror movie for it to be really, 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 really good? Because that's American Beauty. So if you've never seen American Beauty, there's my short little review. So, I don't know. You get to see Thora Birch's and Miria Servani, or whatever the fuck her name is titties. Need I say more? Anyway, we're going to move on. This one's for Devon Graham, because I was hesitant to buy this, but since I've got a job to do, everybody. I've got to get through the Texas Chainsaw franchise, so I picked up this fancy little lithograph. Look, Devon Graham, are you looking at that, Devon? Yeah, look at that. Yeah, you know you want it, you son of a bitch, but you can't have it. Yeah. But no, if I ever find one with this, and it's not too awful expensive, I'll buy it and send it to you for all the things you've done to me.
Ha! Gay!
All the things you've done to me in the past.
Ha! Gay!
All the things you've done for me in the past. Anyway. Holy shit, 16 minutes. Nobody's going to want to watch this shit. So let's go ahead and show you the last movie. And then we're probably going to have to talk about this for a second, because the secretary rolled her eyes in the back of her head, popped them out and threw them at me when I showed her the post on Facebook, because Arcade Legacy posted it. Look at the fun stuff we just picked up. And there was a bunch of crap that I didn't give a shit about. And then there was this sitting down in the bottom corner of this photograph. And I was like, it was like 1 o'clock in the, well, it was late at night. And I was about to call this place, even though they were probably closed, and say, hey, put this aside, because I'm coming to get that motherfucker tomorrow because I get paid. And then she started saying, oh, you don't even be spending any money on this, especially, you know how women are. But I was like, fuck you, okay? I don't give a fuck if you don't like this movie. This is one of my favorite movies, and I got to have it because it's out of print. And the last time I saw it at Half Price Books, they wanted a ridiculous amount of money for it. Now, this is kind of a ridiculous amount of money for like a used DVD that was $5 at Walmart like fucking 5 years ago. But it ain't fucking 5 years ago anymore, and it ain't $5. So I got Dutch. It cost $20. I practically traded a PlayStation 2 straight up for this DVD movie starring Ed O'Neill and Ethan Embry. That is Ethan Embry, right? Ethan Randall. Who the fuck is Ethan Randall? No, that's Ethan Embry. And he's like one of those underrated actors, kind of like Giovanni Ribisi. Yeah. But if you've never seen Dutch, go spend $35 to $50 and buy this shit off of Amazon. Or let's look it up. I don't even know if I... Yeah. Am I looking at it? I don't know. Is there eBay? Like, is it eBay or Amazon? I don't even know what I'm looking at. Because I'm going to do this in the future. But this is like the Thanksgiving movie that they can't make anymore. Just like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Like, there's only 2 Thanksgiving movies I can even think of. But this right here, oh my God, such a good movie. This spoiled little brat goes to this private school, okay? And Ed O'Neill's this working class stiff that just happens to be engaged to his mother. So she would like for him to go pick him up and bring him home for Thanksgiving. And you would think that'd be real easy, right? Hell no. This is one of the most wonderful road movies, wonderful holiday movies. Just, what do you call it? Odd couples, because like he's the working class and then he's like the spoiled rich kid. And they gotta sit in a car for however many hours it takes to get from one state to the other. I don't know. I can't remember. I don't remember. But if you've never seen Dutch, check it out. Also, I gotta get out of here because we're hitting 20 minutes here in a second. So, I was gonna tell you about these kittens I found at work today and how I need to find homes for them because I'm not allowed to have them because the secretary hates me. And plus, Gary doesn't like other cats. Also, I saw that fucking tortilla truck that delivers to La Canasta, and I tried to run him off the road and steal the tortillas, but he wouldn't let me. So anyway, just make sure you click the like button if you've liked this. Hopefully it's been entertaining enough. I just don't know anymore. So yeah, like, share, subscribe, blah blah blah, bell. Next time, we'll see ya.